Welcome to Pinball Mayhem. This is Ed. I'm here to introduce to you a Tonomat Jukebox. This is a project, and this is as it arrived in the United States. It's a German-made jukebox made in the late 50s, early 60s, and there's a couple different models that look similar to this. Some of them have a dial up here, a telemetric, I think, and this is panoramic. And that's because of the title drum that goes across here. Let me show you just a little bit about what I learned about it in my initial inspection. Now, first off, it is a 240 volt box that's supposed to run at 50 hertz. So I have not powered up any of the turntable, the mechanism. And when I wired my shop, I put a 240 volt outlet in, so I could European, so I could test these without needing a converter. So that's where it's sitting right now. Let me unplug it. This is the European plug, and just show you a little bit about first thing, how to open this thing up. Well, there is a key here that is the coin box, and this is a forget what the number of it. There's two different numbers of keys, and it should be written on the lock somewhere. That generally are going to be down there. I'm going to open that up. Maybe the other way. No. All right. A little sticky. And notice how that spring kind of locks it open. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to close it, it's locked against that spring. There's a cable here, and by pulling down on that, that's going to release the lock on the dome. Open this up. Now I'm going to go all the way up for now, but there is a prop rod that is sitting in here. Pull it out, and there's a nub there, and then there's one right on the lid, so you can prop it up, especially if you don't have the height to flip it all the way. So it's an interesting mechanism. This thing, these are the popularity meters. They're known to jam and known to break off. They're missing, that's okay. I'm probably just gonna take them all off. And these are the basket wires. One of these basket wires is broken. Interesting is this mechanism will turn one direction, scanning the pin bank, which is here. And so the pin bank is between the record magazine and this. So the pin bank, as you turn this, you make a selection and it will come around and it'll mark the pin. I don't know exactly how that works yet, but this will turn one direction, and as it hits a pin, much like other jukeboxes, it will stop and play, and then this solenoid will go down to cancel the pin, and they will pull the records up. So it's all timed. I know this is a little shaky video, but I just wanted to show you what we got. Now this here knob is supposed to spin this drum. Now these came over from Europe in a container, and the interesting is there's one panel is supposed to be the instruction card, and so I'm gonna have to recreate that and put that in. But these 5 lights are cool, so that on the actual left side there's an A and a B button. So as you're scrolling and you're by one, this is gonna light up, that's gonna light up. They're gonna light up behind the different title strips, letting you know that that's the one that you have selected. Press A for the A side, B for the B side. This here is not a button. This is actually the other side of that cable that we're pulling to unlock the dome. That's the reject and the coin slot. This looks like a made resistor or something out of wire. I'm not sure why this is there. That's why I didn't want to power up for long. And the coin gear is missing on this, so I'm going to have to figure out how to free play it. The one thing I noticed right away is this is supposed to be on that groove. When I put it in there, it's wrong. So this drum is first off too far back, and it's low. Also, if we look at this light, these lights line up. So I think whatever the mechanism is setting on got bent in transit. It's, it had a long journey from warehouses sitting in to a container, all the way over here to a train, to a warehouse, to a car. So I'm not really sure where that's supposed to be. So I'm gonna do a little research on it and check the manual and see. But this groove is supposed to be driving this. This is supposed to spin freely. It's supposed to be easy to spin back and forth and then make your selection. So that's something that needs to be worked on. I don't know how common that is. Here we can see the turntable. This is a little rubber, which is very rigid, so it should probably be replaced. I haven't even gone to the turntable or the selection system yet, but just trying to get the general thing going. Amplifier is my last concern. So let me spin this around carefully. So I'm gonna close this, pull that spring, close that, and show you the backside. So backside, oh, panoramic 200. So it's a 200 selection panoramic. You can also see the nameplates upside down there. And this is the A-B button we were talking about. Yes, it's upside down. Enjoy. Here you can see the pin bank. And I think when you're turning this, there is actually a solenoid on this. So when you're turning this, you're actually lining up with a pin. You're going to hit up the A or the B. Actually, they got to be opposite. So the A or the B, whichever one you hit, you're going to line up. And in here, we can see that bracket. And I can see this rubber that holds that bracket. It looks like it's a little bent. So I'm willing to bet that that bracket is bent down, causing this whole basket to not sit where it should. So I'm willing to bet that that has to go up. But don't quote me on that. I'm going to look into it. It's fairly simple. It's not a lot going on. We got our pin bank, we got our selection system here, which then energizes the pin bank, and then this will turn and find the pin. When it finds the pin, it plays as the record. And this must be what searches for and writes the pin in. The bottom side, above this, you just got lights. No other selection system. We got our two speakers, which have an individual wire that come back down here to the amp. Each speaker does. And then those other two wires that go to the front actually come up to these ports. So those are only for external speakers. We got the 6.3 voltage from the amplifier that powers the lights behind the selection. We got the phono in. This is for the volume control, and this amp needs some work. Currently have it unplugged because obviously things are not right. This is the plug, which I'd like to identify to be able to get another one of these. Or two. It's a 6-pin plug, 2 fats, but it's a 90 degree, and it's made by, I am not going to say that. It starts with an H. Hirschman, I think. So that's there. This is your power entry, rectifier, transformer. This is another internal voltage. So your AC cord comes in, you plugs into this for for the power that goes up to the junction box, and this I believe goes up to the switch here. So that's pretty much what I know now. I really need to read the manual and give a little bit more look at it, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a tour, getting inside of one, what it looks like on the inside of this. Has not been cleaned whatsoever. First look at a Tonomat Panoramic 200. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and hopefully I get to this project this summer.